Good morning, everybody, and happy Tuesday. I swear one of these days we're going to get this figured out where it doesn't keep breaking up on us. But for now, welcome to Tuesday Tidbits episode 4. This is just a chance for me to get to talk to you, tell you what I'm working on. Hopefully you'll interact with us. We'll show you what's coming up, what's releasing, and where I might be in the future. We're even going to answer a couple of your questions today. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? First off, if you saw last week's Tuesday Tidbits, you noticed at the end I got a little distracted by looking behind me. What happened was that we're doing this live so that you will interact, maybe ask some questions while we're going, and I have an assistant behind the camera with me who's watching the feed because I can't see the screen to tell me when somebody asks a question. Well, Terry asked a question last week and I couldn't read the writing of Sarah as she was writing it down for me to ask. All I saw was she wanted to know something behind me. So we're going to answer that question right now and explain my little distraction when I was confused at the end. She asked about the boards behind me. The whiteboard is the titles that I plan on releasing the rest of this year and next year. Now, these two boards, she thought they might be characters. Well, they're not characters. What they are, they're my titles for all the books that I am working on. As you can see, there's quite a bit. The orange highlight are the ones that I've already finished. The rest are those that are coming in the next 4 or 5 years. And there's a lot to work on, a lot of different series, fantasy, romance, mystery, paranormal. We've got it all covered. Now, let's talk about our summer reading, those little light summer reads. First in June, if you remember, we published Green as the Grass. It came out, it's a little short, takes you less than an hour to read. It's a different read for me. It's a little slice of life story about a lady who's struggling with her empty nest syndrome and thinking she's just a domestic slave instead of loved and cherished the way she is. Then, a couple weeks ago, we released Waiting Room. This boy gets in an accident, and his family and his friends are all having relationship turmoils, and in the waiting room, while they're trying to figure out whether he's going to survive or not, is when they figure out whether they're going to move forward in their relationships or not. Again, another slice of life. Well, the third one is going to be released next Tuesday. I actually just got the final edits back from the editor this morning. I haven't even had a chance to look at them yet, but I'm excited. And this is along the same line. This one is called Second Light. It takes place on the beach, right here close to me. As a matter of fact, I use one of our local beaches to describe it. It's a boy who's going through struggles in his own life. Girlfriend issues, college issues, family issues, and there's even a cat. So look for this coming out. It's going to be 99 cents like the rest of them. It's going to be on KU, so if you're in Kindle Unlimited, you can read it for free. Now, what else am I working on? Well, Taming Carla and Behind the Mask are in the first round of edits, and The Warrior's Blade is now in the first draft. So it's going to get exciting as we're getting busy wrapping up the rest of the year and already moving on to the releases for next year. Where am I going to be? Well, September 9th, if you're in the Destin, Florida area, you can find me at the Hilton Sandestin, because that, along with a ton of other authors, Tyra Wilds always puts on a fantastic author event. Look up on Facebook, Book Obsessed Babes, Destin, Florida, the attendee group, and join it, and be a part of the fun that's going to happen there. Now, you've heard me talk about my Rascals several times. Millie Taiden's Kindle World. My Rascals have talked me into submitting a story for it, a little novella, 25 to 35,000 words. The girls and I have been battling out a storyline for it, and I'm excited. Shifters, witches, vampires, again, a little bit different story for me because of the shifters, but I'm excited about it, and we're looking forward to participating in her Kindle world. So if you haven't checked out any of Millie Taiden's books, I'm reading them now and enjoying them. The girls have read them, and they've said they've thoroughly enjoyed them, so you should definitely check it out. Something else that we've started in my Rascals group, Robbie's Rascals, be a part of the reading group. We have a lot of fun in there. I talk a lot more in there and share a lot about my personal life in there. But every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock, we're doing something called Books and Chat. This week, coming up tomorrow night, is going to be Chris Fay. It's where I ask other authors or bloggers or industry professionals to come in and share about themselves to my readers. I want them to share their books, their services, anything else. We get to know it. We play games, we have fun, and it's just a great time. So if you're interested, come and join us. We'd love to have you as part of our readers group. Now, before I get to the questions, I want to remind you about the pre-order that's out, 99 cents for Behind the Mask. It's the parallel companion book to Come Halloween. Now, Come Halloween was paranormal with witches. This one is not. This one is about her sister Emma and the party that she is looking forward to on Halloween night that's going to fulfill all of her fantasies. The problem is she's finally met somebody who's making her question whether she should even go to that party or not. So pick it up now for 99 cents. It'll be $2.99 when it releases October 3rd, and just look forward to it. It's going to be a great read. The girls have enjoyed it, and it's going to be going for final edits here within the next couple of weeks. Now, let's get on to your questions. Barbara asked, while you seem to be very good at writing perspectives from the opposite sex, what do you think is your most difficult to write about in the opposite sex? This is where I luck out a lot, because my beta readers are great at telling me, like during Roll the Dice, Jackie was was looking in the mirror, getting ready for the night, and one of my beta readers pointed out that if a lady is standing in front of the mirror, she's going to be inspecting herself. She's going to be looking at all the flaws and making sure she's perfect and everything else for the evening and her date, and she's going to be detail oriented. So I luck out the fact that I've got those ladies that are helping me look at the main perspective of women. I think the greatest compliment I've got is when somebody read Losing Faith and said that I was spot on with a female mindset in the story. So if I have difficulty, I haven't noticed it, but I get corrected a lot, so I must. So it works out pretty good. Anne asked, what was the hardest or most emotional scene you have written to date, and why? I would have to say the ending to both Reaping the Harvest and War Master, because I didn't expect either one of those to happen the way that they did. They literally happened while I was writing that scene. And yes, I cried during both. Sadness, tears of sadness and tears of joy both times. So you have to read the books to find out why I think those are the most difficult to read. So I want to thank you for being a part of Tuesday Tidbits, and all of you who are watching. I can see you come up on the screen. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And like I said, join Robbie's Rascals to be part of Books and Chat. Otherwise, I'll see you here next Tuesday. Have a great week.